Hello and welcome to Trading 5 Talents. In this video, I want to give my update for my week 13 of using Option Alpha in my live trading account. And last week and this week, I've been switching over to credit spreads using this credit spread bot, using the 5 SMA to determine the trend of the underlying asset, using RSI as well to determine if that trend is continuing or if it's overbought or oversold to prevent me from entering a trade when it's either at the peak or it's at the bottom. So how it did this past week, I guess it wasn't too good, just like it wasn't last week as well. So there are some things that I'm going to need to change. So over on my YouTube channel in the community section, I'm sort of keeping track of all of the trades that I'm doing. Greens are wins, reds are losses. And you can see with just those two losses, it really wiped out all of my wins and more for this past week. So negative 123. Right. So my closed P&L right now is sitting at $82. And you can see that down here, 20 wins, 2 losses, just over 90% win rate, which is a really high win rate. However, what I need to work on right now is the average size of the losses. So I know that every bot is going to have losses. Obviously, you try to minimize the amount of losses you have as well as the amount of loss that you have per loss. So that's what I'm going to be working on this week. Okay, so if we look at the credit spread entry scanner, you can see there's a few changes that I've made, and I'm not exactly sure if these are going to work, so I don't want to push this out as a template yet. But basically, I want to make sure that the VIX is high enough for me to enter a credit spread. So I'm going to have this decision right here that the VIX is above 20. And right now it's not. I think it's in the 13 to 15 range. So I have another plan of what I'd like to do if it is below 20. And I'll introduce that after running the spot for a week. All right, so this one is the same. Here is something different that I'm going to be adding. So before it was just this, I wanted to make sure that the underlying price was above the 5 SMA, but now I also want to make sure that the price is higher than it was the previous day. So I want to make sure that the price continuation is there, not just the placement of the price above the 5 SMA. The other thing is this one right here. I don't know if I introduced this one last week. I don't remember. I'm sorry if I did. I want to make sure that the RSI is below the high, which in my case is 70, but I also want to make sure that the RSI is higher than it was the day before as well. Again, I want a trend in the RSI, at least a 2-day trend in the RSI, to make sure it's not at a reversal. So putting these together, I hopefully will have a better trend indicator. But again, we'll see after this week. The other thing that I updated was this right here in the bid price. And that's right here. I just wanted the bid price minimum to be $50 or 50 cents per contract. Before it was down to 30, but now I'm going to up it to 50. And I think that should go in nice correlation with the VIX above 20. Those premiums will be a little bit more inflated. And we just have the opposites for the short call spreads as well. So let's take a look at the SPY chart to see what these changes do and why I'm implementing them. Okay, here is the daily candlestick chart for SPY. This is just the example that we're going to use. On the top, obviously, you have the price action. The red line is the 5 SMA. Down here at the bottom of the chart is the RSI. 70 is this horizontal dashed line, and then 30 is this horizontal dashed line down here. So as long as it's within the green shaded area, then we're good. So I guess we can just, pretty much start anywhere. So let's just start right here, right when we have this crossover of the 5 SMA. So if we opened a trade this day, would we go short? Would we have a bearish tendency? Well, it is below the 5 SMA, and so that's good. The price would be below what it was the previous day, which is good. Our RSI is above the 30, which is good, and our RSI was lower than it was the previous day. And then do a short call spread, and so most likely it would have went into profit by the next day. Now, the same thing right here. With this particular one, we would have gone short because it's below the 5 SMA. The price was lower than it was the previous day. The RSI is above 30. The RSI is lower. So right here, it probably would have lost. So this is the situation that I am trying to avoid right here, is when you got the spike up and then you have a reversal. That's something that I'll be working on, but I think overall, adding these different parameters is good for the strategy. Here, I think it would have avoided a trade because the price is below the 5 SMA, yes, but it is higher than it was before, so it would not have entered the trade. And indeed, it kept going higher. So here, it's above the 5 SMA, it's higher than it was before, and we have a trend in the RSI going up, and it's not above 70, so it would have gone long right here, and indeed we probably would have made profit the next day going up this high. So here it would have avoided the trade because you have a down move while it's above the 5 SMA. So will all of these changes work? I'm not exactly sure. That's the whole idea of testing, and that's why I'm posting all these videos, is so you guys can also follow along with the process to see if this can work. So my goal is trying to optimize a strategy using Option Alpha because I love the idea of bot trading, trying to get a little bit of money every day for passive income and not having too much risk on the table. And by using all of the new features that Option Alpha presents, I think it really does put us in the best position to try to accomplish this goal. So if you want to follow along on this journey of mine, I would really appreciate it if you subscribe, give the video a thumbs up if you enjoy the content, and then leave me any comments down below or over on Option Alpha if you have improvements for the strategy, and we'll definitely try to test those out so we can continue to learn together. So in the meantime, trade wisely and take care.